Lois Lane reporting live from downtown Metropolis, where LexCorp is unveiling a new hypersonic missile that will somehow keep us safer? Ladies and gentlemen, this technological achievement is a testament to the unmatched power of the human mind. Luthor! I guess I'm also a testament to the unmatched power of your intellect. Let's give the crowd a first-hand taste of your brilliance, shall we? Jimmy, we need to go. Wait, Lois, I've been trying to get this on camera. Look, up in the sky. God damn, Superman is here. That's the feeling a good Superman intro should give you. Hey gang, Doc Fortune here, and today I'm going to dive into an American classic, a true original that created an entire genre named after him. That's right, the one and only Man of Steel, Superman. But you guys know me, I like to get down to brass tacks, so that's why we're just going to get right into talking about what's essential about Superman. Superman's symbol is among the most recognized in the world, and everybody knows he's got a lot of powers. And generally speaking, we all know he's just a good guy. But there's a lot more to mine from the myth of the Man of Steel, so let's just dive in. Superman is the first original superhero and the origin of their namesake. Superman as we know him today was created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster in 1934. In 1938, these two Jewish immigrants and sci-fi fans debuted their creation in Action Comics #1. In the midst of a Great Depression and in the shadow of the darkest war in history, America's most enduring symbol of heroism was born. And in case you were worried about that whole darkest war in history thing, we did alright. Now as for Superman's origin, it's well-traveled territory, as he's the last son of an advanced alien world of Krypton sent to Earth where our yellow sun's light grants him protection. Superman has heavenly parents who are responsible for his mythical might, and earthly parents who teach him his ethics. Even from the great beyond, Superman's heavenly parents initiate him into the mysteries of his astral origin. Meanwhile, Ma and Pa Kent raised Superman on the values of truth, justice, and the American way. You might even say Superman's day job as a reporter and his love of Lois Lane are emblematic of his love for the truth. Now, justice is a complex subject that has been long debated by people more qualified than I am. For our purposes, let me define it simply. Justice is when a society holds accountable those who would use their power to harm or infringe upon the rights of others. And with respect to justice, the American way is primarily about freedom, both from tyrannical rule and to pursue one's goals and dreams. There's another facet of Superman's ethics that sets a high bar for all heroes to follow. It can be explained by the school of thought known as personalism. Personalism places the person at the center of its value system, with them having inherent dignity that merits unconditional respect. In other words, a person's a person no matter how small. To put a bow on it, the reason Superman stands for truth, justice, and freedom is because they are the most necessary for the well-being of all people. Now I'd like to take a tempered, unbiased, level-headed approach to some of the dumbest and most idiotic of the common criticisms I hear about Superman.
Superman is overpowered. His stories are just boring.
While it's true that Superman is the benchmark for power in the DC universe, he used to be even more powerful. In addition to the standard suite of powers, Superman has also had shape-changing face, super hypnosis, and who can forget Superman's classic power to project a miniature version of himself from his hand. Many versions of Superman have been depowered over time by lazy and unimaginative writers, but his power levels always creep back up. And in spite of this perception, Superman has a fairly well-established gallery of weaknesses. Batman, Lex Luthor, and all manner of regular humans have beaten Superman with kryptonite, his most famous bane. Superman has a hard time dealing with magic, like Wonder Woman's weapons or Shazam's fists. And if you think silver bullets and magic are cheating, how about the time Doomsday just punched Superman to death? Look, all I'm saying is if you think Superman is too powerful to be interesting, it's probably a good sign you haven't actually read any of his comics. The writer of One Punch Man found a way to tell an amazing story with a guy who always wins in one punch. If Superman is too hard to write, maybe creative writing just isn't your thing. And boring? Are you kidding me? How about World's Finest number 186, where Superman puts Batman on trial for witchcraft? What about the time a sacred ape fell in love with Jimmy Olsen and Superman had to marry them? What about the time Superman and Jimmy Olsen discover a tiny vampire planet filled with classic monsters? Come to think of it, a lot of the old Jimmy Olsen comics are crazy, but in the pages of those comics, Jack Kirby created some of DC Comics' most legendary characters. The New Gods, powerful alien beings with cosmic might and technology that are locked in an operatic struggle. This saga would introduce the tyrannical despot Darkseid, whose totalitarian quest to subjugate the free will of all life brings him into conflict with Superman. And while Darkseid is among the biggest of the bads, he's just one of many on Superman's dance card. Like Parasite, a monster who drains and steals Superman's powers. Or Metallo, a psychopath in an indestructible robot body. Lobo, the intergalactic bounty hunter, always gives Superman a hard time. And of course there's Lex Luthor, who's like Iron Man if he were too busy trying to kill Captain Marvel instead of saving the world. You see, the thing is about Superman villains is these maniacs pick the strongest and most famous hero to be their opponent. Do you know how crazy and dangerous they'd have to be right from the start? And what kind of menace they would be if not for Superman? Because he represents the highest form of good, his appearance raises any conflict to a moment of reckoning. When Superman arrives, the heroes rally because they're never going to have a better moment to seize victory. And the villains have to start evaluating their life choices because there's only one way the battle's going to end. Superman is a herald of victory. He's a sign that fortune favors the good and an omen of triumph soon to arrive. Look, if you want to understand what a good Superman moment should feel like, take a page from the psychopaths at Pixar. Remember in Toy Story 3, when they let us think they were going to murder the entire cast in this movie for babies? But then, right before you have to put your kids in therapy, the day is saved? That is what is essential about Superman. When the bad guys close in, he's deliverance from evil at the 11th hour. He's an immigrant, a benevolent champion for truth, justice, and freedom while teaching that if you do good unto others, every person can be a Superman. So you want to read some of the best Superman stories of all time? Superman for All Seasons by Jeff Loeb with art by Tim Sale is a great intro to the Superman setting and some of his supporting cast. Have you ever heard some sweaty nerd ask,
Why doesn't Superman use his powers to solve world hunger?
Well, in Superman Peace on Earth by Paul Dini and Alex Ross, Superman tries to do just that, and this chronicles his struggles and the challenges he meets along the way. For the Man Who Has Everything by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons sees Batman and Wonder Woman battle for their lives as they try to wake Superman from a vision of what his life could have been like on Krypton. Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Alex Ross shows a future where the death of Lois Lane forces Superman's retirement, and how a new generation of edgy, violent heroes force his return. And if you want to see Superman scare the panties off a team of grim, nihilistic superhumans, check out either the film Superman vs. the Elite or the comic What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way by Joe Kelly. All the art for this video was done by me, Doc Fortune, so if you like what you watched, please like, subscribe, and share. You can check out more of my work at the links down below.